we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You have to like what we're seeing from Antetokounmpo.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Milwaukee leading by 13, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Bucks, Antetokounmpo is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Teague, and it's Holiday in at the shooting guard.
Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Now here's Booker, guarded by Holiday. The 15-footer, no good from Booker.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
And it's working. As long as the defense gives you space, hey, let it fly.
Paul kicks to Booker. Hits the jump hook. Booker's got 16 points. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Teague drives in, got a piece of it. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Antetokounmpo against Morris. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Holiday. From deep.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Ball against Teague. Kicks to Antetokounmpo. Shoots from 14. That one bounces around and comes back out.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Here's the machine. Another one falls for Phoenix.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Sanders. Middleton. It's hauled in by the Suns.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
Sanders with the ball. Now guarded by Middleton. Here's the machine. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Holiday dishes to Middleton. There's the pick. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Holiday kicks to Teague. Lopez inside. He's got 7. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Suns trail by 11. Paul right side. Takes the 3. Shot's good. Paul's got 8 points.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
And, Greg, it was really their defense just as much as their offense that served as the real catalyst, and I think it allowed them to put that run together.
And not a guy known for style points when it comes to throwing one down, but every once in a while, Kevin.
Greg, why don't we see more dunks like that from him? He's certainly got the size for it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the fact he lacks a little dexterity and even creativity to be an elite finisher.
5 on the clock. Here's Booker. Another 3 for Phoenix.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Teague, the pass to Holiday. Back to Teague. Bucks passing it around. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And the Bucks making a change here. Parker's checked in. Morris kicks to Paul. Morris with the screen for Paul. Just 5 to shoot. It's tipped. And Morris throws it down.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire. And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Bucks leading by 7. Drops in the layup for 2. Antetokounmpo's got 25 points. Prior to last season, Giannis was experimenting with the point guard position for stretches during the summer league.
Well, you know, Kevin, he's just the type of guy whose size and length really allow him to guard every position.
True.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
For the Bucks, their improvement, usually you see incremental progress. Even after losing key players, Clark, they shot up the standings.
And part of that, Kevin, was just growing as a team, coming together, and also improving the roster. Another part was that they were better than their record showed 2 years ago. Player development is part of the improvement.
Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a 3-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
Both free throws good from Booker.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their own team was in transition.
Great D that time from Middleton.
That's what we call good defense in the paint, worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, and something else they've done all through this one is knock down the mid-range jump shot whenever they've had the chance.
Portis, he's checked in for Milwaukee. He hits the second from the line. And Jabari Parker is a rookie, drafted number 2 overall behind Andrew Wiggins. Clark, there was much debate about which of these players, which of these prospects would be better NBA players? What do you think?
Well, I think both showed they're very capable of being stars in the league. Parker got off to a great start, averaging 30 minutes a game until, unfortunately, he had the ACL injury. And Wiggins, conversely, went on to have a big-time season, winning Rookie of the Year.
Sarge is checked in for Phoenix. Crawford comes in for Booker. Milwaukee leading by 8. Outside. Teague, Middleton on the wing. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Antetokounmpo has got 10 points in the quarter.
Are you sensing or feeling a theme here, fellas? I mean, they're taking it straight to the bucket every time down.
And why change? I mean, that's 8 straight points in the paint, and they have now turned this into a physical game.
Here's Teague. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. And now a 12-point Bucks lead.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
And the Suns call time here. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
O.J. Mayo is checked in for Milwaukee. Sanders with the ball. He's got 8. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's good on the layup. Sanders has got 10.
And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Antetokounmpo. Coach said the first thing they should be thinking about is getting the ball in his hands and letting him lead the way on each and every possession. Those could prove to be crucial changes to their strategy with this game getting ready to enter the stretch drive, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Chandler can't get it to go. And Milwaukee the other way now. 17 points was their biggest margin.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
Chandler is screen. Antetokounmpo on the double team. 5 to shoot. Paul for 3. Great D that time from T. Bucks leading by 12. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Saric. Well, you just watched Jeff Teague. He's a natural scorer. Clark, he's also made steady improvement as a playmaker.
Yeah, you look at his assist rate, Kevin, well in the top 10 in the league. He's cut down on his turnovers as well. You can tell he's starting to really figure it out, and the game is slowing down for him.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Jay Crowder's checked in for Sanders, and it's Payne in for Chris Paul. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Henson's checked in. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. On the wing, Jamal Crawford, guarded by Mayo. For 3. Chandler dishes to Saric. Pass to Crowder. Down low, here's Chandler, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And Teague's also athletic. You know, sometimes you forget that. I mean, this guy's got the tools also to be a terrific defender, and I still think he's developing consistency at that end of the floor.
For Phoenix, they have been good at the free throw line in this one, 7 of 8.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Here's Parker, and Chandler sends it back. And here's Payne inside, and the dunk by Chandler.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Boy, for Jamal Crawford, guys, it's been a really good career. Not many guys can maintain his level of quickness after 15 years in the league. I mean, but last season, he finally started to show a little wear and tear.
And Crawford, no good on that one. And back to Crawford last season, he was down in field goal and three-point percentage. Plus, he battled with a calf injury that ultimately kept him out of 17, 18 games late in the year.
Yeah, Kevin, but his deep range spread the floor when he was out there. He still has that presence about him that you have to honor him. And he also hits some very timely shots, a dangerous assassin who always needs to be accounted for.
Mark, when you take a look at John Henson, you see one thing, length.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. I mean, he measures 6'9" with a 7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Right. Crawford passes to Chandler. 6 to shoot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Crowder. Crowder's got 5. The Bucks shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall?
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
Crawford against Teague. Now here's Crawford. Not a lot of room. That's good. He's got 6.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
Payne kicks to Crawford. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third. High post shot. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Here's Teague. And Chandler sends it back.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the fourth.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
For Phoenix, they have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
That's good from Payne. Now here's Mayo, defended by Crowder. Outside Teague. The 3. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
Just when it looked like the third quarter was over, they go and do that. They pin 3 more points on the lead in the cruelest of fashions.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Suns trail by 8. Marquise Morris is out there with the machine. Then there's Sanders. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Booker in at the 2. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And Morris throws it down.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Here's Antetokounmpo. That is good. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points here in the second half.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
To the middle. Kicks it out to Paul. 5 on the clock. Milwaukee with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Lopez, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Sanders dishes to Morris. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got 7 rebounds in the game. Middleton the pass to Holiday. Up and in on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 10.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the dunk by Booker.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Teague is checked in for Portis.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Booker. Well, Clark, the Bucks were much improved on the road last season, going 18-23.
Yeah, they were very competitive. This young team fought hard and rarely found themselves out of games on the road, which is a good sign for the future.
There's the screen. Teague, the open look. And there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Morris kicks to Sanders. Morris inside. Defended by Middleton. And Morris throws it down.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
Middleton up top, covered by Morris. Here's Lopez, and right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And for the Bucks, who only won 5 road games in 2014, last year's mark of 18 is a huge step forward. Still, they had problems last year as they had an 11-game road losing streak towards the end of the season.
Here's Sanders, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. And Holiday kicks to Middleton. Lopez, a screen on Morris. Holiday with the 3. And Sanders pulls it down.
Well, I tell you, the Bucks are taking steps in the right direction on the road. The problem is the franchise hasn't had a winning record on the road since 2001.
Morris dishes to Booker. Paul outside. It's good from long range. And now just a 4-point Milwaukee lead.
No three-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
Holiday goes in. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of two halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
Okay, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
Free throw, good, Holiday.
It's been a nice game for Holiday. He's got 14 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
So he gets them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Now Paul. And Booker kicks to Morris. They set the pick. Sanders. Another miss by Sanders.
And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
Middleton hits them both. The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
Free throw, good, Paul.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year, but overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
And so Paul nails both of them.
Looking at the game for Paul, he's got 13 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And guys, with the Suns last year, you know, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. His message? I don't want us patting ourselves on the back just yet. We can congratulate ourselves after the final horn. Right now, we need to go out there and take this one home. Guys?
Thanks, Doris. Tyson Chandler, who's checked in for Markieff Morris. Antetokounmpo.
You know, you've got to like the fact they're getting to the line, and on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo. Suns trail by 8. Paul kicks to Booker. They set the screen. Back to Paul. Now here's Booker, guarded by Holiday. 5 to shoot. And Sanders, here we go. Shoots off the screen. Here's the machine. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Here's Lopez. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now here's Booker. He's guarded closer. Outside Holiday. Middleton on the wing. The 3. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. Suns trail by 11. Now here's Paul. The 3. No good from Booker. Here's Holiday. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Sanders, high post. Holiday brings the double team. Paul with the 3. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
The open shot, Lopez. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Chandler's got his 6th rebound on the night. Paul passes to Booker. Again, Phoenix.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
Here's T. Middleton outside. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Dishes it to T. Lopez a screen. And it's Middleton penetrating. Phoenix grabs the miss. The Machine's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the Natural's going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
The second half hasn't gone nearly as well for him. He'd only had 1 before the break in terms of turnovers, but that number's growing as this game progresses.
And Phoenix making a change here. Morris is checked in. Bucks leading by 6. Here's T. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. The 11-footer. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Phoenix calls timeout.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside. That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
The Machine's checked in for Markieff Morris. Lopez over to help. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Middleton against Sanders. The pass to the machine. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Holiday. Outside Teague. Outside Holiday. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's good.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor. And looking at Drew Holiday, there's one thing he could do to really improve his game. Something that would, for the first time in a full season, help get his field goal percentage up over 45%. And that's just to get to the rim more often. Attack off the dribble.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo. On the topic of Holiday, there's one stat that proves that he hasn't been going to the basket. He is averaging, Clark, less than 2 free throw attempts a game.
Yeah, his direct competitors are getting to the line. Guys like Lillard and Steph Curry shoot more than double the free throw. That's one reason why through last season they won a lot more games than Holiday.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Back to Antetokounmpo. Feeds to Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. It's blocked. Pull for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Bucks leading by 8. He kicks it to Holiday. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And the Suns call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from Antetokounmpo.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
Suns trail by 10. Paul dishes to Booker. Lopez over to help. Pass to Chandler. Here's the machine. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
It's been a good one for the machine. He has 9 rebounds and 2 blocks. What a force he's been in the paint.
And he's gotten himself into the air, Clark, so often, blocking shots and getting rebounds.
The first one falls. Both good from the line that time. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Releases. But he stays with it. The kick out to Holiday. And here is Teague. Second chance shot. The kick out to Lopez. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. And the Bucks lead by 10.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And Sanders kicks to Paul. Good for basket number 6 for him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. 37 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
That savvy little up fake there. Fooling the D. 20 points for the machine.
You know, maybe save that fadeaway move for when he really needs it.
Teague against Paul. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Paul. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Back to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. Middleton for 3. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Bucks.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, he'd get a good look at the basket. And they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off. And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Paul against Teague. Here's Booker. No good with the triple.
There's some good defense for you. I mean, for somebody who's as good at shooting the 3 as he is, you need a defender who's equally adept at guarding against it. That was well done.
I like that. They obviously put the right guy on him.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Paul dishes to Sanders. Antetokounmpo on the double team. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And Middleton kicks to Holiday. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brook Lopez with us. Tell us what this means to the team. You guys really played hard and earned this one.
You know, it's very big for us. It was a good benchmark. We've been trying to improve every game. You know, we've been getting better these past few games. And, you know, we know these guys are a very good team, so we wanted to come out and make a statement.
Brook, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.